Hey everyone, it's JaaackJack and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my last video of the year. We are saying goodbye to 2018 and what better way than to recap all of my favorite products throughout the entire year. So in 2018, my monthly favorites videos kind of disappeared a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed or not. So I'm super excited to be doing this favorites video, and it's not just a monthly favorites, it's a yearly favorite. So it's gonna be a long video, so I'm warning you now, go grab your popcorn, grab your snack, because you're gonna be sitting here for a little while. Before we jump into the video, if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit that red subscribe button and the little bell so that way you are notified of future videos and you officially become part of the Little Flower family. Alrighty, without further ado, let's jump into the video, starting with skincare favorites. So this year, DermaE came out with their new DermaE squad, and I was so excited to announce to you guys that I am on their DermaE squad for this year. So the remainder of 2018 and 2019. So super excited about that, but even before becoming part of the DermaE squad, you guys know that DermaE has been one of my favorite skincare brands for the longest time. One of my favorite products from DermaE are their face oils. They have a few different ones to choose from. The one I have here is the Rejuvenating Sage and Lavender Face Oil. This is actually my second bottle of this guy. I love face oils. I have dry skin, so I always want something very like heavy, hydrating, nourishing like on my skin, because without it my skin feels like a desert. Some other favorites from DermaE that I've been loving is from their hydrating line. So I have the Hydrating Day Cream and the Hydrating Night Cream, and there's a big difference between these two. The day cream is nice and lightweight, it's not too heavy or anything like that, so it's a perfect base for under all of your makeup. And then the Hydrating Night Cream is definitely a lot heavier and thicker, and that one I just love to just lather on my face at the end of the night, so then when I wake up in the morning, typically your skin becomes dehydrated overnight, so when I wake up in the morning, my skin actually doesn't feel dry, it feels so nice, plump, and supple. Another skincare brand that I have been working with a lot this year is actually Belle Cosmetics. They are the ones that have the sheet mask, and I love all of their sheet masks, and I tried one this year called #Glam. This is the only one I have left. It's an empty packaging. I don't even have a new fresh one to show you. This is my old empty one. But the #Glam is so much different. It's not like their typical cotton sheet mask. This one has like this gel like texture. It's like jelly on your face, and it has this beautiful lace detail, but this one leaves my skin feeling so nice and hydrated and just plump and nourished. I really like this one. I use it before getting ready for the day, so like before I do all my makeup and everything like that, but sometimes this is also a nice one to use at the end of the night as well. Your skin is just gonna feel so nice with these face masks. And one thing I learned about this jelly one, let me see if I can find it on here. I hope it says on here. So the Bell's Hydrogel Black Lace Mask, which is this guy right here, it allows the ingredients to absorb into the skin more effectively because of how it prevents evaporation. So with the cotton ones, even though I'm still a huge fan of the cotton sheet mask, the cotton ones, once they, like all of the essences and the serums soak into your skin and that cotton sheet dries up, it's going to start soaking up, if you don't remove it in time, it's going to start soaking up the moisture from your skin. But because this is like a jelly-like consistency, it's going to prevent that. So all of that essence and serum is like going deep into your skin and really treating and hydrating your skin. So super awesome. I've talked about this next one a lot this year, and this is from The Better Skin Co. This is Zit No More. I've even done a little like Insta video sharing how this baby works, but anytime I get a breakout, this is what I use like constantly throughout the day to get rid of the breakout. I really like the smell of this too, but it just has like all the good essential oils to help kill any bacteria and acne on your face. So this is a great spot treatment, and this one you would use throughout the day, so you would stick it in your purse and just apply a couple times throughout the day. So I don't really have acne prone skin, but I do get the occasional breakouts. And another product that I've been really liking that is targeted towards acne, and I actually haven't really talked about this on my channel, but this is from the brand Ebonel Skincare. This is the Bio Drying Lotion. So it's like, it just looks like clear water, but at the bottom there's like this pink It looks like calamine lotion here at the bottom, just like this pink stuff. You don't want to shake it or anything. You just take a cotton or a Q-tip, dip it in to get that pink clay type of stuff. Put it on your breakout, like, so if you have a couple, just dot it on the breakouts, go to sleep, and when you wake up, I'm not even kidding, the breakout, the pimple is gone. So this is like my overnight magic potion for breakouts. So these two hand in hand, clear skin all year, baby. Now moving on to my makeup favorites for the year. So I have 3 different eyeshadow palettes that I want to share with you guys. The first one is a brand that I don't hear people rave about enough, and it's actually such a great brand. It's super affordable and the pigmentation and quality is just top notch, and the brand is Carity. This Picante palette has these beautiful warm shades that I'm obsessed with. I feel like all throughout the year, doesn't matter what season it is, warm tones are always my go-to, and this has a beautiful range of matte and shimmer colors, and they all apply so beautifully. I really have been such a huge fan of Carity, and they are cruelty free. Next, you guys might be surprised, but I feel like this year I've been a lot more adventurous with the colorful looks that I've done with my eyeshadow. Normally I don't play around with color that much, but that hasn't been the case for 2018. I have been loving the pops of color in my eyeshadow looks, and so I have 2 palettes I want to share with you guys. The first one is from Belle Cosmetics. This was in collaboration with Christian Siriano, and I just absolutely love these colors. Like, the colors are beautiful, and it's an e.l.f. palette, so you would think like, oh, it might not be such high quality, but these are just, they're so pigmented, they blend out so nicely. Like, if there was no like e.l.f. packaging on here and they were just sold like this, you would think it's like a high-end designer cosmetic eyeshadow brand, because they're just so good. And these 3, like the bright colors in here, I absolutely love, and they look so beautiful together. My next palette that I have been loving, this actually came out not too long ago, but ever since I got my hands on it, I have been obsessed with it. This is from Too Faced Cosmetics from the Tutti Frutti collection. This is the Razzle Dazzle Berry eyeshadow palette, and it looks like this. So beautiful purple shades. I love purple, and it's like the easiest color to wear. If you're going to wear a colored eyeshadow look, purple is the easiest way to go, and this palette just has everything to create the perfect purple look. And this palette smells like grapes. Delicious. But what I really like in this palette, the colors blend so nicely, but this shade and this shade, these 2 shades right here, they're actually kind of like a cream, like a fluffy cream texture. So they apply best with the finger, and it's so beautiful. It's like a cream to powder. So it's like, when you touch it in here, it's very spongy and like buttery, and then when you apply it on, it kind of dries as a powder. So super cool. And I just really like the colors and the quality of this palette. My favorite foundation of 2018, I feel like I don't even need to say it. I feel like you guys can guess. I'm gonna give you like 2 seconds to guess. If you guessed the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, then you are correct. You guys know I've been using this in a ton of my tutorials. It's just been my go-to for the year. It has such great coverage, like full coverage. When I want to look like a plastic Barbie doll, when I want to cover all my freckles and everything like that, this is my go-to. But even if you apply just like a light layer, it's perfect for every day. So I've been really liking this foundation. For concealers, I actually have 3 different ones to choose from. The first one is from Urban Decay. This is the All Nighter Waterproof Full Coverage Concealer. I really like this for when I'm going super glam, because it is a little bit on the heavier side for a concealer, but it has such beautiful full coverage, so, and it like lasts all day long. So when I want something heavy duty, high glam, this is my go-to. My next favorite concealer, which is kind of the opposite of the Urban Decay All Nighter, this is from Collab. What is this called? No Flaws Liquid Concealer. This is a beautiful, lightweight, light coverage, brightening concealer. So this is perfect for like an everyday natural type of look. And this has been my go-to. It's very hydrating on the under eye, and I really like the brightening effect that it adds to my face. My last favorite concealer for the year has been the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I feel like this is the new Shape Tape. Honestly, it's so good. The applicator is gigantic, which I love, and I think the coverage is just so beautiful. And I honestly, ever since I got this one, I haven't gone back to the Tarte Shape Tape. Yeah, I just said that. My favorite powder, again, just like the foundation, I feel like I don't even need to say anything. You guys already know. Ta-da! The Too Faced Peach Perfect Translucent Setting Powder. You guys know this is my jam. I think out of all the makeup products I'm sharing with you guys, if I had to pick just one for the whole year, it's this guy right here. I have not tried a setting powder that is as good as this one, smells as good as this one, tastes as good as this one. Just kidding, don't eat it, but you guys know this stuff tastes really good. Surprisingly, I'm not super big into setting sprays, but when I do want to set my face with a spray, I'll use the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. This one makes your makeup last like forever, It makes your makeup look so good. I know that many times throughout the year I've been in situations where I've worn my makeup long past overdue, yet when I go to take it off, my makeup still looks flawless, and it's because of this guy right here. I have had only one bronzer this whole year that really captured my heart, and it's a limited edition one, which is the most heartbreaking part. But this is from Wet n Wild. This was from their Fire Dragon versus Ice Dragon collection. This is the You're Dragging Me Down bronzer. I absolutely love it. As you can see, I already hit pan. I'm trying to like savor this bronzer because it's limited edition, but I already hit pan. It's just so good, and I love the way it looks against like my skin complexion. I think it's just the absolute perfect bronzer for my skin. For blush, I've had two blush palettes that have been like just amazing. The first one is from Too Faced Cosmetics. This is the Sugar Peach Wet and Dry Face and Eye Palette. I have actually never tried this wet, and the reason being is because when I use it dry, it's already so beautiful and so pigmented. Like, I can't even imagine using this wet. I think I might go blind. So in here you have highlight, blush. I use this one as a blush too, but I think could be a highlight for like a deeper skin tone. But I use like a mixture of all four of these shades, and they're so beautiful. They're so shimmery and beautiful, and typically I don't like blushes with a lot of shimmer, but this just like gives you that glow, and like when you put it on your cheeks, it's just like the perfect dewy, fresh face look. And yes, when you look closely, there's a little bit of glitter specks in there, but it's nothing too over the top, and so I've been able to use this day to day without like looking like a disco ball. The second blush palette that I have been obsessed with is from Belle Cosmetics. They have just been coming out with collections that just blow my mind. They are just so good. They're really stepping it up. This is the Modern Metals blush palette from Belle. Just by first glance, like, this is a very warm tone orangey blush palette, and I feel like I never see that, and I'm obsessed with like the orange tones, and especially when I had like my orange hair. Even now without my orange hair, I'm still obsessed with the orange tones, and this palette is just, this is it right here. This is the money maker right here. Now let's talk about my favorite highlighters of the year, and they're actually both cream highlighters. I guess that's what I've been really into this whole year. But the first one is from Hourglass Cosmetics. I remember I got this, I think at the beginning of this year, like maybe February, and it's still a favorite even now, December. This is the Hourglass Vanish Champagne Flash. So it's a stick highlighter, and it is just so beautiful. I have to show you. It's so it's so pretty. My favorite way to apply this is to twist it up so you see the product like that, and I take my makeup sponge and I drag it across and then tap it onto my cheekbones, and it gives you the most perfect highlight in the world. I know Hourglass can be a little bit pricey, but if you can afford to splurge, this is definitely worth the money. My other favorite cream highlighter for the year has been the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter in the shade Kitten. I've actually had this for a long time, but I just find that it's always a go-to when I'm not really planning the makeup look that I'm doing and I'm just like opening my drawer to grab a highlighter. This is always the one I go to, and it's just so pretty. Sometimes I'll use a brush to apply this, or I'll use my sponge. So there it is right there. Oh, it's so pretty, and I just love the soft texture of it. Like, it's very spongy and buttery. And so compared to the champagne one from Hourglass, this one has more like warm pinky tones to it. So just kind of depends on the look that I'm doing, but I feel like this one right here, the shade Kitten from Steal It, is just a universal color that works for any eye look that I do. And speaking of Hourglass, my favorite brow product for the whole year has been the Hourglass Brow Sculpting Pencil in Soft Brunette. I feel like it's just so easy to do, and I'm actually surprised that this is one of my favorites because the applicator, like the pencil for this, is actually quite thick, but I find that it's so quick to use because it is bigger. So I could just fill in my brows so quickly without fussing with it too much. And then the other end has a spoolie so I can brush it out to make it nice and soft. And this is just like, I don't know, I feel like this is my foolproof way of doing my eyebrows. This pencil right here. I don't know how to explain it. Like, the texture of it is just so different compared to the other eyebrow pencils that I have. The other eyebrow pencils I have, they can be either too drying or too creamy. The Hourglass one is just like the perfect mix, and I haven't been able to find another eyebrow pencil like it. Now for my favorite lip products for the whole year, surprisingly, I've been super into lipsticks. I know liquid lipsticks are all the rage, and I'm wearing a liquid lipstick right now, so that's kind of ironic, but lipsticks have been my favorite throughout the whole year. It started out with the Dose of Color Desi X Katie lipsticks. I have the shade More Creamer Please and No Shade. So these two I have been wearing a lot, like wearing both of these together. So I'll start with the darker shade first and then apply the lighter shade on top, and the mix of these two is like the perfect nude. And I feel like when I had my orange hair, it complemented my orange hair so well. And I just love the texture and the wear of these lipsticks. So they were super comfortable to wear, so that's why I would always grab them and stick them in my purse to apply really quickly. Another lipstick that I've been absolutely loving is the Too Faced Peaches and Cream lipsticks. I don't know the exact name, but I know it's from the Peaches and Cream collection. So I have a few different shades. It's not even the shades in particular, it's just the texture of these lipsticks. They are so comfortable and so hydrating. This doll face one, which I think I did a lip swatch video. If I did, I'll leave it linked in the cards. I'm pretty sure I did. But doll face is the lightest shade in the collection, and when I swatched it on my lips, I was like, oh no, I am not gonna ever wear this. But surprisingly, it's been the one shade I've worn the most, and it's because it's the perfect highlighting lipstick. So any lipstick color that I put on, I have Sunday Funday here and Disrobed. Whichever one I put on, if I just top it off with doll face on top, it gives the perfect like highlight effect to your lips, and it just lightens the lipstick ever so slightly to make it a little more wearable and a little more like my taste. I don't know if that makes sense, but I wear this on top of basically every lipstick that I put on. So I know this was part of the Peaches and Cream collection, so it might be hard to find in stores, but if you can order these online, highly recommend that you try them out. They are so comfortable and just hydrating and pigmented. Like, they're just perfect lipsticks. So now we're moving into my hair favorites for 2018, and really it's no surprise, my favorite has been Overtone. Obviously I'm not using it anymore since shaving my head, but for the majority of 2018 I had my orange hair, and this was my lifesaver. So I use the Overtone Vibrant Orange and Pastel Orange. These are the deep treatments, which I actually prefer these over the daily conditioners. I just find that these are a lot more hydrating, and like it's such a great hair mask. And the color was just like the perfect orange, especially when I mixed the two together. I loved when I had a more vibrant orange on top and then a little bit more of a pastel on the bottom of my hair. If you have colored hair and you haven't heard of Overtone yet, you need to try it. You need it, you need it, you need it, you need it if you have colored hair. They have every color of the rainbow, and they are a cruelty-free brand. I'm not sure if they're vegan or not, but I know that they're cruelty-free for sure. But, and I actually really like the smell. My sister says it smells weird, but I think It smells really good. So gotta love me some Overtone. Now moving on to some random favorites, I wanted to share some books that I have been loving. So the first one, my boyfriend Johnny bought this for me, and it's You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I really like this book. It's such a great like motivational type of book, and it just has these like really inspiring yet funny stories with the occasional swear word here and there, and it's an easy read, so this is great to just keep by your bed, like right before you go to bed or right when you wake up. So highly recommend this book. It says how to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. The next book that I read this year that I absolutely love and I just can't get enough of, I can't rave enough about this book. Does that make sense? It is Present Over Perfect by Shauna Nakis. I got this back in, I think, May when I was in Texas for Go Wild, and it was just like, it came to me at such a perfect time in my life. And it was funny because the conference that I was at, Go Wild, was a planner convention, and I remember there was one day we were listening to one of the speakers, Emily Lay, and she at the end was talking about some book recommendations, and she listed off a whole bunch, but for some reason this one caught my attention, Present Over Perfect by Shauna Nakis, and it just like, it stayed in my head. And then I did some shopping with some of my girlfriends, and I was in a clothing store. And this book was just sitting there in front, like waiting for me to grab. Like, it was just so perfect. Like, it was meant to be. And then the first chapter I read about is talking about baptisms, and like I had planned to get baptized that following Sunday. So like, it was just like the most perfect timing. I couldn't even explain it. But the whole book in general is so beautiful. Like, I hold this book so near and dear to my heart, and I feel like Shauna Nakis is such a brilliant storyteller. The way she shares her testimony and her story is somehow, just the way she words it is so relatable and so like, is so deep and heartfelt, and I just absolutely love her style of writing. I just started reading another one of her books, but this has been my favorite throughout the whole year, and I just can't recommend it enough to you guys. So if you can find this book, you should get it and you should read it. Yes, you should. It says, leaving behind frantic for a simpler, more soulful way of living. So if that sounds like something you need, go get this book. So I briefly mentioned that I got baptized earlier this year, and as a baptism gift from the youth at my church, they gave me the Jesus Bible, which is just a different style of Bible. So it's the NIV version, but the Jesus Bible has a bunch of commentary and like summaries within the Bible stories, and I find it really helpful if I'm like studying the Bible, which I've been using this like crazy. I've been trying to read it every single day and do some studying in here. I love writing and highlighting through the pages, but if I'm reading a story in the Bible and I just don't fully understand what I'm reading, they have the commentary and like the little summary on the side to help you better understand what you're reading. And I think it's important not to rely on the commentary, but it's there as a guide if you need it. And I think the color of this is just so pretty, and I love it. So this has definitely been a favorite for 2018. You guys know me and my love for all things planner, all things Erin Condren. Erin Condren recently came out with these planner folios, and I absolutely love this little guy. So it's a zipper, like soft, stretchy type of pouch, and you can stick your planner in here, which I have a planner here, and then you have like these little pockets for notes and things like that. Little Zoe's footsteps. And this has just been so easy for all of like my church related things. I do keep notes for the church. I'm like kind of their secretary type of thing, and so I take notes for them and I help them schedule things into their calendars for each month. And so I just take this with me, and it just has everything I need, and it's just super cute, stylish, has my name on it. So I've been really loving the planner folios from Erin Condren. And another thing I've been loving is the petite journals, and I use them for so many different things. This one in particular, I believe I got from the summer seasonal surprise box from Erin Condren, and I use this for sermon notes during service. So I'm that girl. I take a bunch of notes during church. I'm that girl. But it has a really pretty metallic pineapple on here, and it says, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. So there's a bunch of different designs that Erin Condren has for these petite journals, but I think they're just so easy to use, and they're also great to give as gifts. I have a random fashion favorite. I feel like my style is always changing, but these right here, these babies I'm about to show you, I have been loving them so much, and I want to find more shoes like this. So if you guys can like help me, send me some links of shoes similar to this, that would be so awesome. But they are these chunky platform heels from Forever 21, and I absolutely love them. They're big and chunky, which I love. It has kind of like a 70s vibe to it. So gotta love that. And the angle of this heel is so subtle, so it really doesn't feel like you're wearing high heels. It's literally just platforms, like platform shoes. And I think they're super comfortable and they're so cute. They go with like almost every outfit that I come up with. My dog Zoe did chew them a little bit here and over here on the heel, but I just love them so much and I can't get rid of them because I haven't been able to find anything similar to this. So if you guys want to help me out, help me find shoes that are like this. I just can't get enough of these shoes. I wear them all the time. They're my favorite. Not just for December, not just for November, the whole year these have been my favorite. And fun fact, big chunky heels, or just big chunky shoes in general, make your legs look smaller because all the attention is going here to your shoes. So if you got chunky legs like I do, you counteract it by wearing even bigger, chunkier shoes. Fashion tip with JaaackJack. I wanted to share like favorite movies of the year, but to be honest, I am not much of a movie watcher. But I will tell you, I started watching The Office this year. I know I'm so late to the game, to the party. I'm so late to the party, but I started watching The Office this year for the first time ever, and me and Johnny, we fell in love, and now I can't even tell you how many times I've seen the seasons. Like, I just have The Office on repeat every single day, so I've seen it so many times now. But this was the very first year I started watching The Office, and I'm obsessed. So I have no movies to share with you because I've only been watching The Office. I do have some favorite music to share with you guys for the year. So the first one is actually a worship song by Elevation Worship. It's called Here Again. I first heard this at the Outcry concert, I think back in April. I think it was back in April, and it wasn't a released song yet. It was like, here's a sneak peek at one of our new songs, and they performed it at Outcry, and ever since I heard that song, I cannot get enough of it. It's one of those super beautiful, powerful songs that just brings you to tears when you're just like there listening to the words and like kind of embracing everything. Like it just moves you and brings you to tears, and that's what this song has been for me this whole year. It's just so beautiful and I absolutely love it. One of the parts in the songs, it goes, I'm not enough unless you come, and I think that's so awesome and so beautiful because it's so true that no matter how well I think I'm doing or how highly I think of myself, honestly, I'm not enough unless I have God with me by my side. So I just think it's such a beautiful song. So if you haven't heard it, you should go check it out. It's from their newest album. I know it's Red. I don't know, Hallelujah Again here. Hallelujah Again, I think that's what the album is called. But if you go on Spotify, it's the Red album. And then speaking of albums, you guys know my love for 21 Pilots. I mean, hello. They came out with their new album Trench this year, which I love. I love the vibe of it, the style. It's so different from Blurry Face and their previous albums. Like, Trench is so different, yet it's still so 21 Pilots, you know what I mean? And lyrically, it's just so beautiful. And like, the thing with 21 Pilots is that if you're just like, just a random person listening to their songs, it probably just doesn't mean a lot. But 21 Pilots is that type of band that you have to like, you sit and think and, what's that word? Decipher all of the lyrics and decode it all and everything like that. They can be pretty cryptic, but ultimately there's just so much depth and meaning to each song that they come out with, and I absolutely love them. And I saw them in concert again for the second time. When was it? Back in November? Was it November I think I went? Maybe, yeah, maybe it was November, I can't remember. It wasn't that long ago, but I saw them again in concert, which was amazing. I love 21 Pilots so much. Alrighty, so that was all of my favorites for the entire year, for all of 2018. I want to know now, what have been some of your favorites? It could be makeup favorites, skincare favorites, hair care favorites, random favorites, music, movies, anything like that. Let me know in the comments below what have been some of your favorites, and I am so excited to start 2019 with you guys. If you have any requests for specific videos you'd like to see in the new year, definitely let me know that in the comments below. I love you guys so much. Have a safe New Year's Eve, and don't drink and drive. Please do not drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Just be safe out there. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next year. Bye!